It's November. As you can tell, I got some new logos, or a new logo, and some new content for the channel and for my website and business. So you'll see that intro video now on all my posted YouTube videos. So I had that made a couple weeks ago. Just haven't had a lot of content to post, and so I figured I would throw it on this one. So anyway, getting back to pretty much a general business update and S10 build update. So the S10, all the pieces are back in this bay because it's November, and this one over here I threw the Firebird back in. So Firebird still starts and runs. It could use a little bit of cold start tune-up changes, which weren't even really good before, and when I switched to E85 it never really got cold enough for me to adjust it. So I should adjust it a little bit. And I'm thinking probably this coming Wednesday, I'm guessing, I'm going to drain what's left of the E85 out of the tank and put it probably back in my barrel with some stabilizer, or I may just end up pitching and getting new fresh stuff next year. It doesn't matter. Anyway, draining it out, put gasoline in it for winter storage, because again, it's November, season's over, and this thing is going to be getting parked for the rest of the year. So I swapped the tires back on. I got the dragger wheels inside in a nice warm basement so they don't dry rot, crack, and get cold and whatever else. So that's that. S10 update. I was going to make, I think I posted one of my update videos, I was going to make frame patches for the body mounts. Well, I ended up not. I ended up finding them. There's a place online that's a safety cap. It's a safe T, or the letter T cap.com, and they sell rust repair kits like these panels right here. So, or these patches, I guess. So it's a nice it's either plasma cut or water table. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's plasma because of the burn marks, but it's nice 3/16 steel, and you can I only have that pressed on. It's not hammered in or where it's at, so you can kind of see there's a gap at the back of it, but it's just for the video. But it literally just goes right over the hole. I'm going to take it off and clean it up, obviously. Then they weld in. For $100 you can get all four corners, which is a little pricey, but after you think about the time you invest into making these by hand, and these are nice cut ones, you know, again, they're either plasma or water table, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. Still, after you think of the time investment, well, $100 isn't that bad for the metal and everything as well. So, and they're nice, clean product. So I ended up just picking them up. They came in this last week. I'm hoping maybe before snow flies I can grind all that off. I gotta borrow a generator because this garage has no power. If you can't tell, no lights, no power. I use pretty much a 200-foot extension cord and go from my house over there to over here, which it's less than 200 feet. But anyway, I use a 200-foot extension cord to come out here, and the welder does not like that whatsoever. So because of that, I probably gonna borrow a generator, one of my father-in-law's generators, to weld the welder on. That way I can weld all this stuff up. The floor plate's still exactly the same. I haven't welded that in either. I need to get to that. Ideas have changed, or idea for build has changed. I am still keeping a drift truck. It's still going to be a daily drivable drift truck is my plan. It's going two-wheel drive. I'm deleting all the four-wheel drive stuff. So, the front differential, axles, all the stuff's coming out. I actually found that the first gen and second gen frames are identical. Not between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Those are different. But the frames themselves for like a four-wheel drive S10 from a first gen and the second gen are the same as are the same. And then the two-wheel drive first gen and second gen frames are the same. You could take a first gen body, drop it on a second gen S10 frame, and everything lines up like body mount wise and whatnot. Brake systems are different, updates were changed, but for the most part the frames were the same. So what I'm gonna do, my idea is I've done a little bit of measuring. I gotta just do some finish measuring, but back here the frames are the same width and everything as well. I got a buddy who has stanced or whatever S10, second gen S10, that they didn't do the back correctly. They did like a frame notch setup on it, and it's twisted. So he bought another S10 for parts. He's gonna take the frame out of that S10 and put underneath all his body parts or whatever on his current S10 to fix it. Do like a mini notch setup or whatever. Anyway, the one that's twisted in the back, everything's still fine in the front. I've seen it. The thing's pristine. I'm thinking my best bet, if they do measure the same, is I'm going to cut my frame right by the body, right here, both sides, and weld on a two-wheel drive S10 frame. Is my current idea. I may not do that. I may four-wheel drive this one and keep the torsion bar set up and just do something like that. But I'm heavily thinking I'm going to end up cutting the frame off both sides. I'll weld it and plate around it on both sides. That way it's nice and sturdy. And weld the two-wheel drive front section onto this four-wheel drive frame to effectively make it two-wheel drive. Then I can get rid of the torsion bar. Let me see if I can get it in here. Climb underneath my front clip. But I can get rid of my four-wheel drive cross member right there. I'll have to put something in place of it, obviously, because it's an issue with my drive shaft. I don't know if you can see. It's probably too dark. But differentials, like, let me see if I can find my finger. Right there, and the drive shaft would go right through that cross member if I set it up for a two-wheel drive setup. So it's a major issue. It's in the way. So if I go two-wheel drive, I can get rid of that, do a tubular setup, like do a high tube or something like that, and or maybe a tubular setup with a built-in drive shaft loop or something. But I can get rid of that. So that's the plan. I'll get up here. Getting old. So I'm gonna do some small stuff to this, but for the winter, I'm probably not gonna do a lot because of it getting cold. I don't have any heat in this back garage either. I used to turn wrenches when it was 10 degrees out here. Just plug in my two lights and wrench on the Firebird when I was first building that. Don't really want to do that anymore. Hands are getting cold and whatever, and it's not fun at that point. And this truck is this truck is a fun build. I want it to be enjoyable. I want to have fun doing it, and I have so far. It's taken a while, and it's going to take a while, but it's a fun hobby, fun build. So, don't know if I'll touch it much this winter, but next spring, everything else I've gotten done, like I've gotten my friend's C10 to where it's done. I don't have to work on it this next summer that I'm aware of. My father-in-law's Ford F350 wood truck build is done, which is the two builds that I had going on. Like the C10 was getting a transmission swap, a rear axle swap, tubbed, some other, and the tub's not finished, but it's drivable, and some other odds and ends. So it was one of those whole new brake system, everything, and then the wood truck was new bed, all new brake system, get it running again, and all that kind of stuff. But those two vehicles took me away from this, plus business stuff. So because of that, I didn't have a lot of time to put on this year. Next year, those things are done. So this next year, I'll be able to actually work on during summer. Also got power doors. So I had a guy. I put the 4.3 engine that was out of this for sale on Facebook. Found a guy that wanted it and had power doors. So ended up getting the power doors, and I got $40 cash as well. He got the engine. So I figured that was a great deal. This has manual doors in it. I don't plan on actually changing the doors themselves. I plan on taking all the guts out of these ones, because everything I've read, the door skins and everything are the same, and everything bolts up. So I'm planning on taking the door trim panels and everything out of these doors, putting them in those doors, making those doors power. Because again, this is a daily driver. I kind of like power windows. I know it adds a little bit of weight, but there's some things I would like in this build. Power windows would be one of them. So I plan on putting power windows in this truck. Just because of its sheer simplicity. Being able to, drive around and stuff, just roll both windows down. I had a two-wheel drive S10 that had manual windows, and it's okay. But being able to roll both windows down on a switch is nice. So I'm going to do that. What else? I guess a general update with the business. You can just kind of look at my messy garage while I say this. Um, Speeduino stuff is happening. I've got actually two I'm building currently. That are going on. Well, one's built. The other one I've got to build yet. Are going on 4200s. So if we're gonna try to see if the LS, it should run a 4200 straight six as well. So it'll be an LS slash 4200 Speeduino ECU. Obviously, you guys have seen it runs the car. I have, since the last video I posted, I have driven around, tuned it. The thing is great. It did. The Speeduino then time killed the cooling fan. The cooling fan was 30 plus years old at this point, and it was just, it's time to go bad. So I replaced the cooling fan. After that, Speeduino's been great. Again, it needs a little bit of cold start tune-up work with the E85. You can get fired off. I need to add some prime shot to it. It just doesn't prime in the fuel when it gets this cold. It's a simple fix. I just haven't had time to touch it yet. I had to do some work with the tack. The tack was messing up. I found out I had the wrong resistance on the tack output. I was trying the 3.9 or 3900 ohm resistor on it. I bumped it up to a 10,000 ohm resistor. It's been great. So that's really the only issue I've had, and it's fixed. I've been working on case designs right now. I actually have the one printing right now for the first 4200 customer. This is try number 4, I think, with the case. I changed the case mounts to the body of the case itself instead of the base plate, so it's a more rigid case setup. I also added more attachment holes on the bottom for the base plate to the case itself, because there's a little bit of a bowing issue. So this is try 3. It's one of those things where I'll probably still be doing it, but I need to look into case options because of the fact that it's taking 36 or 38 hours to print it one single case. So whenever I go selling them, like a bunch of them, I might need to figure out a different case. But these will work for now. I still got 5 left that are the pre-order units, or I'm calling them pre-order units. They're printed PCB boards, same exact one that I have in the Firebird. They're tested, ready to go. That don't have names on them yet. So if you guys want one, email me, dale@twistedbuilds.com. I will get you on the list and let you know what's going on with them. Because this winter's coming and snow's coming, as sounds like this Thursday here where I'm at in central PA, I am going to be working mainly out of my basement. That's why these aren't going to get touched until spring. Which will help me get caught up. I won't feel so bad working on all the electronics. So Speeduino stuff's going to happen. I'm currently working on wideband update because the original design I had, I don't like it. The PCB board design, it works. I tested it. It works flawlessly. However, the PCB board wasn't correct. There's two holes that are like swapped on it for the MOSFET that aren't right. I didn't like the connector design. So I'm swapping it up. I'm going somewhat like a micro connector. So the connector will be sent like a vertical connector on the board. So I'll just go on, instead of a 90, it'll be vertical up and down, and then you'll have the board itself. And I'm going to put components pretty much all around the connector. Then those boxes will be 3D printed, but it's going to be a small little box, so I can probably print a couple at a time, so it won't be an issue. I would love to get into the $50 price point range. Not sure if I can do that. We'll have to figure it out. On just on the controller itself, because I'm trying to be competitive with everyone else. I'm also going to be offering these as DIY kits as well. I'll pre-program the chip so you can just slap the chip on your made unit and sell all the parts so you can solder it together and put it together and go get it in your car. So my plan is to sell controllers. I'll also stock wideband sensors if you want to buy them from me, and I'm also going to bring. I'm either going to look and see if I can source a pre-made gauge that will work with these, or I may build one out of parts I use for like the boost controllers and stuff. So like maybe the same screen I use for my simple dollar boosts that read a 10 to 20 AFR ratio, because that's what these units run on. and offer that as well. I haven't figured that out yet, but there's a bunch of little odds and stuff. And then I'm going to also pretty much, I may end up redesigning my Speeduino board just a little bit. I haven't 100% decided yet. But for the most part, the Speeduinos are ready to go. And like again, the 5 boards I've got currently that don't have names on them could run whatever. And one of them, actually, I should probably say 4 because I'm going to keep one of them for this as well because this is getting Speeduino. And anyway, but I need to kind of make a couple board revisions on it because the wideband got deleted, so it's kind of wasted space. I may add another couple of 0 to 5 volt inputs there. I may not. I know the rest of the board is functioning, so I have to just do a couple decisions on that. But I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks I'll be making another video for you guys about the wideband stuff. So I'm just figuring that stuff out now. I also need to like write my own Speeduino installation manual and some other odds and ends, and post everything because of the licensing it's under. I'm making everything downloadable, open source off my website. So you will also have access to all that too. So it's gonna be a bunch of in-house stuff I'm gonna be working on instead of the build, like the car build stuff. So more Arduino stuff, more the wideband, Speeduino, stuff like that. So anyway, that is your update. The sun is going down here. It is daylight savings time ended yesterday, so actually technically today, I guess. Anyway, and because of that, the daylight's darker earlier, and again, I'm losing daylight. So thank you guys for watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe, and I hope you like the new intro video that I'm putting on all my YouTube videos. Let me know if you like it or not. And I had a guy that I know recommend, pretty much his graphic designer, that made that video for me. So it was very awesome. I like it personally. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye.